And then let's do the AR things. So I'd like to create a new scene. So inside of the file, create a new scene. Well, you can save the previous scene. And yeah, let's save this name as under the scene. And STPAL. I mean, name can be anything what you want. So we're going to start with the downloading some packages. And like I said, it's quite sensitive with the versions. So let's go to the package manager here. Just type the AL. Now you should have these things. Especially what you need to check is if there is AR foundation, subsystems, AR core, AR AR kits for these two. So AR foundation is like we need to install everyone, and the AR core is who is using Windows, and the AR kit is who is using Mac. So I mean, rather than Windows and Mac, we can say that this is for Android, this is for iOS. So go to the foundation, but don't install this one because, like I said, it's version sensitive. So click here. You can see the see all versions over here, and we need to check the updated version as well. But however, in this workshop, we're going to use 2.1.8 version. Make sure that this is 2.1.8 and install it. Once you're done with the AR foundation and the AR subsystem is automatically installed. This means it's already installed. And they go to the AR core and the AR kit as well. But the version is like AR core, we need to install 2.1.2, 2.1.2. AR kit is you need to install 2.1.9. So this is different. And but just wait, if you already installed, it's fine. But just because it's about the time matter, what I'm saying is we need to change the setting of our build. So you can do it later. It's not a big deal, but if you do it later, it takes a bit more time. So that's why I'm just asking you to do it before we install the packages. So if you're using the Mac, just simply click the iOS, and if you're using the Android, just click the Android and switch platform, because it's going to re-import all the packages what we have. So that's why it's better to do it before download package actually. And then let's go with the Android first. And here, player settings. Just make sure that it is selected with the Android. And this will be same as you both. That you need to change the company name. I don't know why, but when you read it just default company, sometimes it brought error. So you need the company name. Here I'm going to just type the SD platform, but you can type your name, doesn't matter. And product name is going to be name of your application. So, well, I'll just leave this as the first name. It's fine. But I found that there is a typo. And here, under the settings, other settings, and select the Vulkan because we don't need it. So deleted it within the press this one, and disable multi-thread rendering because it's not supporting inside of the Android yet. And here, minimum API level should be excuse me, level 26. This is the reason why 26 is the lowest version, which is supporting AR. And then that's it, actually. That's it for the Android. And the for who is using iOS is should I download it? Because I don't have the iOS tab because I don't have the iOS module. But I can tell you that what you need. Maybe is it better? So iOS users first. Just thinking. Okay, wait. Before we go there, before we move on to the iOS, maybe Android users, you can have a try. So I think this is done for the setup for the Unity. And don't forget to go to the package manager now and download the AR Core 2.1.2. And after this, well, you might want to have a correct view within your device. So for me, I'm using the Galaxy S Lite. So I added the Galaxy S6 Lite size. Well, you can add by using this one, and you can put your label. So please check your mobile from the Google. So you will know what is your size, and then you will have a correct view over here. And then let's set the scene. iOS users, please wait there. I'll be there as well. And before we go there, let's put the here. Let's create the Excel. Before we didn't have this tab. Since we installed the AR foundation, we have this one. We need to create the AR session origin as well as AR session. We need to put we need to set these two things. And then we don't need main camera, so you can just simply delete it, or well for me, I always just like to just disable it. Doesn't matter. And then go to the AR session origin. There's AR camera. There's a tag. Change it to main camera. And let's set the scene. So I'm going to create the cube to the, well, for now we are in the, okay. All right. I just pressed the F. You need to click this one and then select the scene. And then if you press F, it's going to do the zoom focus. And since this is huge, because the inside of Unity, 1 means 1 meter. So let's change it to small, like this size. Check which version is in foundation. Is AR foundation 2.1.8. Here, AR foundation 2.1.8. And then the window extra. So this is the same for both Mac and Windows. You need to download 2.1.8. And your Mac user, you need to download AR Kit extra plugin 2.1.9. And AR Core, who is Android user, 2.1.2. Yeah, please make sure this one. And then, yeah, let's go back to the scene. We have cube over here. Well, let's move this way, maybe. Okay, let's move a bit cube. And the rest rotate it. And we'd like to have some lightings rather than just ugly beige color. this. And what you need to do is debugging your device. Wait, I'm going to join my USB. Sorry, the Galaxy. Wait. Okay. And what is our meeting ID? Right. Let's quickly share my screen. Tap screen. Cool. So what you need to do is here, go to the settings and general, where is it? Settings. About phone. Yeah, because this is about a tablet, but you need to go to the about phone over here. And the about phone software information here. And then here, build number, this one. You need to tap like 7 times, like build number 7 times. Because I already had a developer mode. So if you click the 7 times, it's going to open your developer mode of your mobile. And then after that, when you go back to your menu of the settings, you will see developer options over here, this one. And you click the developer options. And then there is a USB debugging, this one, USB debugging. You need to enable the USB debugging. So now you can connect with your laptop to install your app in your mobile. And then let me share my screen. All right. So when you go to the build settings again, you will see your device over here. If you don't see, if you need, of course, you need to connect your mobile with your laptop or desktop. And if you don't see it, just refresh it. You will see your device over here. And then what you need to do is just, because we already set the player settings, so what you need to do is build and run. And then usually it's better to create new folder with like build, but they should stay outside of the asset folder. If you build inside of the asset folder, there will be error. So outside of the asset folder, you just create the build folder or whatever you want. And let's say, this is going to generate the APK file. And you will have this one. And then after that, you can have a look with your Android. Show my screen. Screen. So yeah, it takes a bit of time, but yeah, once you've done, I believe this one is AL. Yep, you will see your first cube over there. Well, I mean these main things I'm going to explain you later. This is I worked a bit more. All right, let's go there. Sure. All right, so while Android users having fun, Mac users, first of all, you need to go to the developer. You need to create the developer's ID account, developer account. So it's the developer.apple.com here. So in the account, you need to log in with your general Apple ID account. And of course, you need authorization. And go to the download tools. And make sure, not here, release, have a Xcode over, which version was it? Sorry. 11. 12, so this is fine. 12.3 is fine. Yeah. But again, don't use the Chrome to download it. They said there will be sometimes error when you download the Xcode within Chrome. So maybe it's better to use the Safari to download the Xcode and install it. And here, so like I told you, in the build settings, change it to iOS. Well, I don't have the iOS module, but you should have the iOS module over here, right? So, and then maybe I should to show the settings. It's gonna take a bit of time. Yes. Maybe I just going to type what you need here. Sorry. First of all, again, same as Android user, you need to change your company name. This is you need to change it, and then after that, also same in other settings. It's going to be same in other settings, but yeah, of course, the details are different. In some point, there is a require ARKit support. Maybe it's better to show. Hope it doesn't take so much time. Oh, it's gonna take a time. Okay, sorry, I'm going to skip it. All right, I mean, there is a, first of all, there is a require ARKit support. You need to enable this one. So enable, and then there is a architecture change. So architecture tab, architecture tab to ARM64. And then same reason, like we changed the minimum version to minimum version to 26, level 26. For you guys, for the Mac users, you need to minimum iOS version to 11 is the minimum, minimum version of iOS. And once you're done with the setups in the build settings, just again, same as the Android users, but there is no run device in your case. There is no run device. So you need to just build. You need to just build first, and then you need to. First of course, you need to set the scene as to see the cube, and then just press the build. After that, sorry that I cannot download the Xcode, so I cannot see you from my screen. But what you need to do is in the under the Xcode, what you need to do is first open the build file, and there is a build file on your top left corner. So just double click it, and then open it, and just click the project. Click the project, and then tick enable automatically manage signing. Just enable this one. And then select. There is a option for select the team is to yourself, and then click play. And there will be a bit of time. There takes a bit of time to to build on your mobile. But this is how you set up the inside of iOS. So please have a look. But if you have a problem with that, just in case, sorry about that, but since I don't have the Mac, so I cannot show you the exact the screen. So I'm going to share to a YouTube link to a bit more clearly. Just see that how can I add my smartphone size? I'll tell you that. So these two link is for the setup for Android users. Apple users. And I'm going to just. And this scene is like go to click this one and please add new item. And set up your size of your mobile here, and as your own label here. So since my my device is a Galaxy S6 Lite, and I just added Galaxy S6 Lite portrait and the landscape. I'm just going to use the portrait now. Cool. I hope all of you managed to have your first own AR view. It's not even how to call it app, right? Especially the iPhone users. Especially iOS users. Are you okay, or is there any problem with that? Well, promise you that except this part, everything should be fine. Yeah, okay, working on it, cool. What about the Android users? Are you all did you all manage to having this cube view as well, or is there anyone has a problem? You cannot see your cubes. Well, are you sure that is your cube on your screen in game view before you play?
No, I didn't check that actually. I think it was maybe too big.
Ah, right. Yeah. Make it small.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Scale
that's
should be like something like this.
Yeah. Okay. It took a while to load it to my smartphone.
All right.
Yeah. Anyway, thanks.
Cool. Seems like, and then except these two, seems like everyone is fine, right? All right, then yeah, let's have a look of our AL. So since we're going to start from the scratch, let's try this and that. First of all, let's go to the session origin because AR is going to detect the all the another question. Not yet, but there is a recording. All right. I mean, I'm going to go. Maybe this part you can just have a look because like it's kind of very. I'm just going to show you the what is AL has. I mean, the what we can do at the beginning. You're not going to do anything, so it's fine. You can just have a look. Well, the others as well in this part, at the beginning. So at the session origin, since the AI need to detect the space, need to detect the ground, and then need to detect some object, those kind of things, and then there is a way to visualize it. So first of all, what we can do is if you go to the select the AI session origin and add component and type AI, there is a point cloud manager over here. Point cloud manager. And then it says you need the point cloud prefab, right? So here, go to the hierarchy, right click, Excel. There is a Excel default point cloud. And here, when you see this one, oops. Why I don't see anything? It's fine, but yeah, because anyway, we're not going to use it. I mean, we don't need to see it right now. But I think default setup is a bit different from yours and mine, I guess. So when you click this one, some of you will see some emissions from here, right? So you need to, first of all, you need to disable looping. You need to disable this one. And you need to turn off the looping and your start size. Yeah, it can be something like this size, very small. So this is size of the points. And your scaling mode here, you need to scaling mode. If it is local, change it to hierarchy. And if emission is, oops, I really don't know why I cannot see my. If emission is tick enabled, please disable emission. And if renderer is disabled, make it enable. And here, what is it? Under the renderer, if material is empty, you can just click and select your default particle material. I think basic setup is empty. I think you could see at the beginning you saw the some or is it the magenta emissions, I guess. So you need to add material, default particle. I don't know why mine is not default, even though this is like a brand new file. However, I think it's fine with the setup. And then after that, just this point cloud, drag and drop to your prefabs and delete it from hierarchy. And the session origin here, point cloud prefab, drag and drop to here. Oops. And now, if you build this one, you can see my screen, right? Oh yeah, okay, cool. So yeah, you can see there's a point cloud is generating according to the shape of my object. More. Well, it takes a bit of time due to depends on your mobile. And something like this. And then let's. So this is how this one is attached and detect all the object, and then it's going to understand the space where the camera is looking at it. And here's my cube again. Oops, it disappeared. Where is it? Well, sometimes it's kind of like unstable. I'm going to share my coffee. I'm gonna share my screen. And what we're going to do is remember that we need to have some planes, right? So by detecting the planes, we can find the locations, or we can find some let's say that. Do you remember that when we trying to do the lay cast in the just C#, so we need some planes as a ground. So this one as well needs to detect some planes to detect my lay casting, which is my clicking point. So here again, let's go to the session origin. Let's add the AL plane manager. And here hierarchy, default plane. And actually there's nothing to change the setup for now. Default is totally fine. And the AL session origin. Let's add AL default plane. And detection mode is fine with everything. And then save it. If you build it, well, the cube is there anyway. So remember that it created plane before. Takes a bit of time. There you go. So there is of course wider space over here, but only the yellow part is very detected. So using this plane, we can do something with some kind of, we can put some cubes over this plane. So let's try it. All right, cool. So here we need a bit of scripting, but before we script something, we need to also another setup. Here under the, again, AR session origin, we're going to add another component, which is called AR, excuse me, Laycast Manager. And we need to do some scripting. Script here. AR Laycast. We're going to again create empty object, which is a Laycast Manager. So we have the script under the AR Laycast Manager. Maybe it's better to compare with the previous Laycast. Since we used to use the ray and these kind of things, but under the AR Laycast Manager, we're going to use a slight, the idea itself is the same, but we're going to use slightly different syntax. So to use that, we need to add using Unity engine .xr and using Unity, I'm going to just copy and paste xr AR foundation. One more thing is using AR subsystems. We need to have these namespaces to use the AR Laycast Manager. So here, we're not going to use start. Anyway. So here we can create the public AR Laycast Manager, and then generate a Laycast Manager and public game object. So because we need to, some object we need to cast. So object to place. And we need this time we need to detect camera as well, because we are using the AR system, so that's why we need this one, AR cast. Cast camera. So here, before we update, we should check if there is a camera or not. So we're going to use the if condition, and if Laycast camera equal to no. So what I'm saying is return. What does it mean is like if camera is nothing, we're not going to do anything. Return means like it's going to go back, and then previously there is no script, so like until there is a camera, it's going to just do nothing, just returning just this script. And then one more thing is we need to check if it is raycasting or not. So that's what we need. And the exactly same concept as this one, input get mouse button. Well, I mean, there is another way to do the AR raycasting, but this one is exactly same in this time. So it's going to, because remember that the mouse button clicking is like the same as tapping the screen, right? So this is what we need. And yes, and the same idea, we need the ray equal to raycast camera that screen point to play. And again, input mouse position. Actually, it's the same as this one. Where is it? Yeah, here. Here, so we just directly use the main camera, whatever it is. But yeah, this time we want to say that there is a specific camera which is AR camera. So that's why we just separate this camera. And the one thing different of the raycast, AR raycast manager, we need to find the first, because we're going to have a different location of the touch point. There's a lot of touch screen point on the screen. So this is only for the AR raycast. So we need to have like a pose function. Pose is like a kind of finding a location of position and rotation of the touch. So hits. So it's going to find the hits. We didn't create this one, right? So it's because here we used to have a hit over here, raycast hit, and then you only have once because it's going to generate every time in this new one. But this time, since we have like a different points of the two hit, so here we're going to create the private list. Private list AL, which is about raycast hits. So hits. So we can have lots of different location of the hits. So hits is because again, this is same as DRA. When we do the DRA list, we declare the list and the new game object again. So I mean, even though its syntax is a bit different, I mean, it's doing the same thing. So here, oops, new list. So we generated a list of the hits, and then the first layer of the first list of the hits is going to use pose. And pose is again it includes the position and location in the mobile devices. So here, what we need to do is again, same as before the raycast, we're going to create the private object, new object, and the new object equal to this one, instantiate, but only again, it's going to different. We're going to generate object to place, and the location is pose, but I said pose includes position and location at the same time. So pose that we're going to use the data of the pose and of the position, and here rather than quaternion identity, we're going to use the pose location. So we're going to use the data of the pose, rotation data of the pose. And then, guess, what did I miss? Okay. Really important things, because we need to use array, right? Raycast, exactly same as this idea. well, I mean, this in this case, if can be like, doesn't matter, it's fine. And here, so what we need to do is just lay cast. But again, there is some errors because we are using the different syntax. So here, if because we're using the AL laycast manager, well, it's not maybe not better to just copy and paste. We're going to use a raycast manager, and then under the raycast manager, there is a raycast camera, raycast manager, right? Okay. Raycast manager dot point, because it should. Did I miss anything? Let's see. Raycast manager, project place. If raycast manager I don't know why. Raycast. Seems like I missed something, but it's very weird. Let me quickly check. Raycast manager. I don't know, but yeah, just yeah, raycast manager. I put the raycast manager over here, right? And that's very weird. Maybe I think it's the same problem as a refresh. If raycast manager dot. Okay, so about the refresh problem, I guess. And the ray hits, and this time we don't want to detect everywhere we're going to touch. What we want to do is detect only the plane which we generated before. So here, there's a trackable type and the planes. So we're going to only track the plane, and you're going to generate the planes. And let's put this one, pose, and the installation new object inside of this one, and let's save. Let's try to build. I'm going to change the name of the file, stp, not first name, al laycast. Yep. Oops. There you go. And then after it detect, by the way, did I put any object under the? Nope. Okay, it's not going to do anything because I forgot to attach all the files. I mean all the prefabs. Here under the raycast manager we just created, we need to attach everything, right? So here the raycast manager, we put the raycast manager under the AR session origin. So we need to attach AR session and the object to place. Let's use this raycast obj, raycast prefab, doesn't matter, same. And the raycast camera is, we need to use the AR camera. Here, there you go. And I'm going to save my scene and build them on. Share my screen. It is still building. Oh. Yeah, you can delete the cube in your scene. Let's wait for the, yeah, okay. After it detected the planes. When you touch this, well, okay, the size is the matter, right? And then I didn't attach any materials. There's a problem. But however, sorry about that. But yeah, however, it's going to generate on the plane. Every time when you click there, it's going to generate it. But again, well, I'm not going to build it again, but however, I'm going to just quickly show. Since this where is it? ARCast, I used ARCast obj, right? ARCast prefab, I can use this one, but however, it's still so big. So it's better to change the size. And then raycast prefab to here. And then if you build it again, yeah, now you can see the small cubes. And then for now, because we are generating like hundreds of the object every time when you click it. So if you want to generate only once, what we can do is here, rather than just directly instantiating object, we can check if new object itself is null or not, which means like, oops, if it didn't create anything, doesn't have anything, it's going to create new object. Else, which means if it instantiated already, if the new object is, there's something in the new object, we're only going to change the location of, we're only going to change the location of the new object. I mean the new object, yeah. So we're going to get the position and location. So it's going to update position and location of the new object if you already generated once. And then I saved it, you compile it. If you build this one, you will see only one object in one time. Like every time when you click it, it just changes the location. Well, I'm not going to build it. And here, well, actually, I was thinking that here we also having a play with your have fun with your face tracker, but I'm going to just skip it because, yeah, it's a bit late than I thought. So, but here is what we need to do is, which is important. We want to do some image tracking. So if you see some images, maybe you'd like to pop up your own object, something like that. So what we're going to do is, again, let's go to your AL session origin, and then let's delete. I mean, let's disable all of these things, so not to just confuse. But and here again, add component. There is a AL. Where is it? AL tracked. AL tracked here. Yeah, tracked image manager, and it says you need to attach the Excel reference image library and as well as image prefab. So what we need to do is here under the assets, I might going to create new folder which is texture. Well, I mean, this is not exactly texture, but just like to put all the images over here. So here, create, there is a, where is it? Excel reference image library is, and the, well, I'm just going to keep the same name. It's fine. So it's exactly, oops, same as this one, right? Well, let's, did I keep this one here? Doesn't matter. I'm going to disable this one. And I'm going to disable this cube. Maybe we can use this cube as our prefab. So I'm going to call this cube for our test. So we can use this rotative cube for AL test. To use this. And then, so we'd like to instantiate this object to tracking the image library. And yeah, under the here reference image library, when you click this one, you will see this inspector. So what you need to do is just add images. So what I'm going to add is actually from our Google Drive. I uploaded 2 track markers over here. So you can download this, or you also can use your own images, whatever you want. But it should have certain amount of data. What I'm saying is you cannot use just simple like a black square, or you cannot use, for example, this image because it contains too few data it can detect. So needs to have certain certain data. So what I have is this one and this one, both are our project. But yeah, and the reference image library. First, we don't need this one. Reference image library, add image, and then before that, we can just drag and drop to our image from our window folder to the project panel. And again here, and then just put your images to here. And then you can add another images in here as well, and then delete. And here we want to say that we want to give them specific size. Well, I say just it's just 0.2. And you'd like to keep the texture at runtime as well. And there you go. So okay, and in reference image library, you need to attach this image library. I don't want to forget this one. And then you don't even need to scripting anything. just all you need to do is go to the build settings, like to have a different name, AL image, I'll just say image tech. Yeah, sure, it's fine. Just track, save. So I am sharing my screen. I'm still building. Okay. So for now, it doesn't have anything, like don't have cube, but when I open my this image, well, not maybe a bit smaller. Yeah, just follow the size. When I change the location of image, it is following my the image as well, like this. And did I add 2 or 1? I only did 2, 1. So if you add more images, yeah, all the images we're going to have the same this cube as well. So yeah, that's it. Share screen. And then, yeah, and then let's try to create the application what I showed you. Only 30 minutes left, and but I hope we can manage to do this. Otherwise, I'm going to just quickly explain the packages. So, I mean, what I want to do is actually using the OBJ file. So here is my Rhino model, which is shaped as like this, and this is quite small, but and then it's located in the origin point. And then all you need to do is just select export, and then you can just change into OBJ, but you really need to save the texture, otherwise it's going to have just a white shape. So I've done already. These two files are the exported OBJs. And then rather than put there, I'm going to bring them into the prefabs. We're going to use this small house as a prefab. So if you, this is material MTL file, and this is our house. If you bring it to here, yeah, you will see the exact same model like this. And then we set the transform. But you see that the shape of the icon is a bit different from the other prefabs. Well, you also can use this one, but however, sometimes I found that it has an error if I using this one. So I usually do the just unpack prefab completely, and then I just redrag again to prefab, and I'd like to use this prefab usually. And so we need to, what we want to do is, first of all, we'd like to place multiple object by using the UI as well. So Before that, let's do it this. Before we used to have a and then every time when you bring your own models, please check your size because this 1:1:1 scale is not anymore the correct size of yours. So what I usually doing is just trying to create a new cube and try to match with the size with this one. Like I said, the cube itself is 1 meter by 1 meter by 1 meter. So maybe we'd like to have a very smaller houses. And then something like this again, right? So what I'm going to do is like when we see our video, we used to have this center point with the cursor place indicator. So this is not our late cast. I mean, this is the late cast, but it's a bit different. It's going to detach the center of our screen, and then it's going to generate some. It's going to generate at that position. So to do this, well, I mean, of course, you can always use your own shape of indicator, but I just generated this indicator for you guys, and then it is also saved in under our Google Drive. Where is it? Here, indicator PNG. So let's drag. Just going to turn this. Let's drag and drop our indicator to under the texture, and then once you have the indicator, well, it doesn't look like a transparent, right? So what we need to do is just here texture type, and then not texture type, sorry. Where is it? Yeah, here. Alpha is a transparency. Enable this one, and then we need to create. Before that, apply. Now it's transparent. And the material, we'd like to create new material, indicator material. And indicator material, we're going to change the shader to, where is it? Where is it? Shader to, here, unlit transparent. There you go. And textures, indicator to drag and drop to here. Now it is a transparent, material with this shape. So what we can do is we can create the first of all empty object. Instead, we're going to call this placement indicator. And the child of this, let's create the plane because since it's a plane shape anyway. So, and then we don't need the mesh, the physical collider for this one. So let's delete mesh collider of the plane. And let's attach the material we just created, indicator material, to the plane. And as you can see, this is huge. So I just found that here, for this shape, same as mine is just 0.05 is same as mine. But if you feel like it's too small or too big, you always can change the shape. The size or shape, whatever you want. And then here, inside of the mesh renderer, we don't need to cast either receive shadows of this indicator, right? And that's it. So we are ready to use our indicator as a cursor. Well, this is how you create the cursor inside the game as well. So, and then need to create the new script, which is we can call it place indicator. Place indicator. And then, well, I mean, this is very similar idea to the AL cast. I mean, yeah, AL lay cast. So, well, it's most of the thing is going to be very similar. So, first of all, we need to use the AL raycast manager. And then the we don't need, but yeah, this time, well, and we need to using the these three. But this time, it's not going to be the public one. We're going to use as a private because doesn't need to click from outside there, something like that. So, and we need to have a private game object, which is we can. Well, it's going to control about the visualizing of the indicator. So we just call it the visual. And again, same as this one, we need to hit list. So with this and the other one, this line and at the start. Again, this one is the inside of package. And I think what we are doing now is this one, the place indicator Unity package. So yeah, you can download it as well. And I'm going to save the script as well. And the cast manager equal to, because we're going to use the AR cast manager. I mean, this is actually almost same idea about using we didn't do that, but yeah, using the AL get components and using the underneath of this in inspector. So what we're going to use is, because we are not using as a public, so we are using as a private, so we need to call it manually. So we are calling it the raycast manager, raycast manager by manually. We just called it, and then visual is always, because visual itself is going to be our this place indicator, this one. So we need to change the position of the indicator as a get child. Why we're using the get child is like, because we're going to attach this script to here, the placement indicator, and then the plane, which is the shape itself, is the child of placement indicator, and then the number is the just the name of the list, because it's the first one. So, and then visual is at the beginning. We can just hide from the screen. Set active false means we're going to disable it to viewing, to visualizing. So and we need to find the location of the center of the screen. Well, I mean, if you want to have a different position, of course you can have it. But since it is just the screen, so that's why we're going to use just vector 2-dimensional. It doesn't need to be the 3-dimensional to find the center of the screen. So here is how to find the screen. So this itself is the size of the width of the screen, and the So now, yeah, this means like a two-dimensional point of the screen, and then middle center, and exactly same as this idea. Yeah, cast. Where is it? This one is what we need. So I'm going to just copy this line. If lake is, yeah, it's the planes. So here, exactly same as well. We're going to just copy and paste this one. And the however, yeah, we didn't have the this time. We are not going to generate a new object, right? We only need to get the position of the lake casting. So here we don't need this one actually. So all we need to do is this one's the place indicates the locations and position, right? So transform position is equal to, and then so it's going to find the location of where it hits, but the hits is going to always, so center of the screen hits somewhere else, and then it's going to get the position of that points. So rather than just clicking everywhere else from the screen, it's only going to find the center of the screen, hits something, and then it's get the position. I mean, is it clear? So, and then, oops, if it is turned off, then so when it hits something, and then when this is turned off, because anyway we said that it's turned off, but so because before it hits something, we don't want to see it. That's why I said this one. And so when it doesn't hit anything, it's going to be turned off. And this one, when it hits something, this one is going to be visualized. So we can save this, the place indicator, and all we need to do is just attach place indicator to placement indicator. Refresh for me. Okay, what was this? Save. Okay, we don't have any error. So once you build this one, you're going to see I'm not going to build it. Let's build it a bit later. But yeah, you're going to see this one on the plane. But now doesn't going to active because remember that we already turned off the plane manager, so it doesn't going to do anything. So we need to have this one plane manager, but we don't need to see the planes actually. We only need to find the planes, and which is totally fine with the individual. I mean the individual. So like totally fine with the like out of sight. It doesn't matter. So we don't want to see the plane, but we only want to see the place indicator. So that's why we don't need prefab for the plane, but we need this script to detect all the planes. So we just need to have this one. Well, we might don't need the track image. So we only need the plane manager under the session origin, and yeah, we don't need the prefab. And place indicator is over here. And yeah. Now if you save and play, you will see not this object. You will see only the indicator after it detects all the planes. So remember that there's timing when it generated the planes, certain seconds of time. And then rather than planes, it's going to show your in-place indicator at the center of your screen. So by using this one, we'd like to generate the object rather than click everywhere. So what we can do is just a second. Okay, maybe feel like maybe it's better to jump to the packages, because I think rather than following the every syntax, I think it's important to know what is going on for now. So I can tell you that why you need to do change or why you can change something like that, and then explain the idea of behind the script. So what I was doing, import package. Okay, we just done with the place indicator actually. So what we need to do is let's import the place houses. Well, I'm going to turn off some of them. So I'm going to import again. Maybe. Yeah, if you have error, you can just delete those, because anyway it includes in the packages. It's totally fine. Where is it? Place houses. So it is adding by one, so you will understand anyway. So indicator is exactly same as what we've done, and what we need is placement manager. And the placement manager is, well, here. Place indicator. Okay, that's why. Okay, because we need to open new scene. I mean, not new scene, save the scene to use our original thing, the package scenes. And here, AL Basic is our scene. This is included package. And because even though when you import some package, the files you already saved in the project is going to be there. It's not going to be deleted anyway. So that's why we had some error, because we had the same names or those kind of things, and just like that. And so place indicator, we have place indicator. I just created placement manager, and just use remember that our small house prefab. Well, make it small, and then just attach to here. And then our placement manager, actually this is almost same as the idea of the raycast placement. However, we just separated to two different scripts, and then just want to instantiate location of the indicator. That's what I've done here. So here, what you can see here is first, we just declare the game object, public game object, which object we want to place. And then we called place indicator because we'd like to use the location of place indicators, the location, because place indicators location is going to, so laycast function is happening inside of place indicator by using this one. And then here, this is just like I said, the other way to count the touch rather than just input click mouse button. This is only for the touch for the screen to mobile. So here I instantiated this object to the location of the place indicator. So by using this one, just exactly same result as the where is it? Yeah, exact same result as the. I just lost how to say. The AR raycast, but it's going to place on the location of the indicator. I think I created this one, the place houses. This one is what we're doing. Yeah, okay. Now we have indicator, and then wherever we click doesn't matter because I said just click. Wherever we click, it's going to create. It's going to instantiate the house, and then when we let's import the next step, which is next package, which is shop button. So we'd like to instantiate a different object, like 3 different objects by clicking buttons. So that's what we try to do here. And then, yeah, when you see this scene, I created the canvas. I'm going to tell you about how you're going to create the buttons as well, because this is a lot I didn't cover today, and then this is brand new. So this is our view for now. So what I've done is well, we can create the new buttons over here as well. So in the canvas, and first of all, inside of UI, we created the canvas. I'm not going to click this one, but under the canvas, I can create the, where is it? Panel. So panel looks like this. And this time, let's bring it to the panel to this location. And the anchor point can be up. To say this, let's say just avoid. You can say new shop. And then under the child, we can add button over here. And for this view, I just clicked there's just 2D. And we can have the button over here. But of course, we can just press the Control D. And we also can just place something like this as well. But however, maybe there is a more easier way to lay out all the buttons and everything is inside of the UI. So here, go to the panel, add component. There is a layout group. I mean, there is a horizontal layout group and as well as vertical layout group. So you can use wherever you want is vertical layout group. Since here is a horizontal, so we would like to use the horizontal layout group. And by using this one, the button is laid out in this side because here the alignment is upper left. We'd like to have it, maybe middle center. And then size of the button is maybe just, let's set it square. And then in the panel, maybe, not like this. You can have the, you can have a color like this, but maybe same as like this. We don't want it, right? So we can just simply turn off the image. And the buttons is text. So we can change the color of the buttons. For now, you also can see, you also can test here. When I just play it, the button is going to be the changes kind of color like this. And what about the other ones? I just gave them colors, and then okay, this changing like this. What we can do is when you just here, first of all, we need to turn off. We don't need a navigation button. I mean, this is only for the when you do the PC game. Sometimes you can select with the keyboard, right? So in the keyboard, you can select some tabs, something like that. This is you need it at that time. So for the mobile, you don't need it actually. So we can just turn off the navigation button, and the normal colors like. Well, before that, maybe I don't like the shape, these edges. So this came from the source image. I just can simply turn off, and then by having this one, or if you like to have this one, it's up to you. And then, or you also can use your own PNG as well. And I'll show you later. Can I? Okay, but however, let's try. So you can change your color buttons, and then maybe give some opacity and the highlight color. Let's reduce as well. When you press it, also something like this. So, and then under the button, there's a text. You can say that you can just type whatever you want. I'll say just house. And then, well, you can also give some like styles as well. And if you'd like to add your more fonts, it's not going to read your window font. You need to import your fonts. For example, do I have the fonts over here? No. So you can just directly go to the C drive, Windows, and fonts. And if there's any fonts what you want to use inside of the Unity, you can just simply drag and drop. Just for now, I'm going to use Futra. Wow, this is a user group. So here, after I drag and drop to here, I have these. So maybe medium and change the size. And I'd like to have maybe white. And so now we are ready to use these buttons. Then, as you can see here, inside of the placement manager, I create some void for the buttons. So now, like so just very simple void, which is used for using the buttons, and each button now is just going to print a log like this: house, cube, sphere. And I think I have a text, but I think it doesn't show because of missing font. I'm just going to use the Futra. Where is it? Condensed font. So when I, oops, just a second. So what I've done is like under these buttons, there is the on-click button over here. So what we can do is just add the buttons over here. And since we attach this script to placement manager, right? So drag and drop placement manager to here, and then under the function placement manager here, select house on click. Let's try this one. Then refresh, save. If I play this one, then when I click house, it says the house selected every time when I click it. And also when I click these three, I already attached each functions, each functions to each button. So house selected, cube selected, and sphere selected. So what we need to do is like every time when you select the buttons, we can just make them to generate something. So let's move on to the next package. Sorry about the overtime. I think it's going to finish like, let's see, where are we here? Let's try to finish in 15 minutes. Is it okay? It's a bit over time, but is it okay? All right, thanks for understanding. I feel, I mean, I think I used too much time like the first station, I guess. So, okay, since I mean, the reason why it disappeared is I added these packages. I mean, I used the other font in this package, but I didn't include the fonts actually. So it's like every time I bring the packages, actually the text will be disappeared, I guess. But however, we already know this is a house, cube, and sphere. I mean, it's not a complicated word, right? So script placement manager. Okay, I think I imported same thing as before. Shop button, select object. Yeah, select object now. Reload. Okay, this time I included the text. That's good. So everything is same as before. I just it's on click, but I just added some couple of lines into the placement manager. So here I added like all the game objects. So here is actually I wrote the sequence as well, the number of the sequence. So first I set up the buttons like this, and then second here I added public object here. And then I added a shop small house. I just created a shop cube prefab and shop sphere prefab. Exactly same as raycast prefab. So they are, when you go inside of there's underneath, there's a child over here. And then its locate is like the above the zero ground rebel. And this is just empty object. And the cube and sphere exactly same logic. And I created a private game object to use this one to read the data. So this was second one. Third one was here. We just set up because we want to use the data what we chose actually. So these lines are how to read the data. So as you can see here, first of all, I create the select set object to buy, which is going to use the a game object prefab. And this is just like a temporary name for only using inside of this void. So I said the object to buy, because this is shop system, so I said just object to buy. Object to buy is equal to object prefab, which is temporary. And what is this object prefab? So we can see that here where is the set object to buy is used is inside of each button. So every time we click each buttons, it's going to use this prefabs. House prefab is like from the this game object, this one. So like every time. So when we click the house buttons, it's going to set the object to buy is house prefab. And then after it sets to object to prefab is house prefab as object to buy, is going to read the data and return the object to buy data to this game object, get object to buy. So using this one, game object to buy, under the update, when we click something, well, I mean, this is like if we didn't select anything, it's not going to do anything. And then, so it's the both object is going to be get object to buy. So it's going to read the data of the object to buy. So, and then we just need a new object, which is by using both object. So we're going to create a both object as a location of place indicator. I think this idea is quite clear. I hope so. So just try to understand about the sequence and try to understand what is doing what. So first of all, when you click the buttons, it's going to get the data of the each prefab, and then it returns to the data to the get object to buy, and the private both object both object is going to get the data from this one, and then by using this both object, when you click the screen, it's going to instantiate the object. That's the idea. So, well, within this, I can show you. Wow, it's so late. Okay, just need to hurry. Select object. Okay. So here we can select each buttons. And yeah, when we see the indicator, which means it's ready. So we click the house, it's going to create the house, and the cube, sphere, like so. Every time when you select something, it's going to create something. I mean, according to the which we selected. So for your own project, I need to share the computer screen. You always can add your own prefab to to your project, and then all you need to do is just attach your own prefab to here, and then maybe you'd like to change the color of the buttons or text, something like that. Then let's move on to the next package. We just did it. Well, I mean, this is going to be very quick. I'm going to just tell you. So, I mean, because the last time I figured that out, like, even though when I click the select buttons, it's going to generate the object. So I'd like to avoid that one. So what I've done is I just added here this vector2 extensions, and under the placement manager, I just add the if state to check if I click on over the UI or not. So this Boolean is check true or false. So if it is over, and then this means it's not. So if it's not over the UI, so this I don't know how to say that in English, but yeah, this sentence exactly same as this. So, and this means, like, of course, it is equal to true. So if it is not touching the over UI, it's going to go, it's going to create object, and then if it is touching over UI, it's not going to do anything like this. And so what I created here is vector2 extension, and this is actually the key line. So when you do any other mobile app, this is the just line for the not to touch the UI. But however, in this AR system, it works a bit differently. So that's what. So I added these lines to check the position of the UIs. So now it's going to read the position of event position. So I mean, event data, event system itself is always means about the UIs. So we check the location of the position, we check the location of the UI, and then yeah, using that one, like we're not going to if the location that I click is over the UI or not, and then if it is not touching the UI, it's going to instantiate the object, and then what was this? Okay. So since I wanted to create the idea of the IKEA place, the script that I showed you is like it's going to generate only one object at one time, right? So wanted to use why this is like this. Place one object. I guess place one. This is my mistake. I mean, this is exactly same as what we've done as select object. Yeah, as far as I remember. So let's jump onto the rotate and scale. So here I added some couple of more buttons to control the size of the our object. So scaling up, down, rotations. Well, I mean, if I have more time on third day, I can explain a bit more detail. But yeah, for now, I apologize that I need to go very quickly. So here is the AL basic. Okay. Yep. And we're only going to touch the placement manager usually. So here I added a couple of more buttons. Well, this one is we are not using yet. But what I added is here actually. Rotate these things. So think this is quite like simple and clear, I guess. So I created 4 functions, which is about the rotation and scales. When I click the rotate, clockwise on click, is like it's going to rotate the 10 degrees in each time, and vector up means actually y-axis. So it's going to rotate only y-axis to 10 degrees or minus 10 degrees. Excuse me. And this is the local scale is the current scale actually, the current scale of your object, new AR object. Every time when I click the scale up, it's going to so we add the size 0.1, 0.1, 0. Every time when you click it, and every time when you click it, it's going to be minus the scale at this size. And then I simply added a new panel and then use the vertical layout group. And then here, I didn't, as you can see here, I didn't attach the some images to here. I just changed the because since this input field, this is the default. I just wanted to use the circle one. So this is also default, and then using this one, and then I deleted the text under the buttons, and then here is like so. Here, where is it? Under the UI, there is a image. I just added this one. So maybe I can just show you. And then texture, I already copied all these icons. But the once you need to remember is like when you see just normal images, what you imported to here, the texture type itself is default. But to use under the UI, you need to change this one to sprite. So when you see this one, I change it to sprite. Then all you need, after you change that one, just you can just put not like this, sorry. Under the image, here, source image, just put that one to here. And then I just change the size a bit, like this. Yeah. So now that's how I added all the images onto the button. And then again, under the button, just edit like on click, and then drag and drop the place manager. And under the place manager, there is a scale, rotate either scale on click. And all you need to do is just add these functions. Yeah. So within that, I think I can show you this time. All right, and rotate and scale. All right, and yeah, okay, we have an indicator. After you place the cube, well, you don't see very clearly, to be honest. I'm just pressing the rotate button and scale down, scale up like this. And then when you just generate a new one, it's going to just set up to default again. So what I wanted to do was not only generating just one, I'd like to keep some of them. So here is the next step is I added this one, place and by. So I added idea of the by and place, which means when I press the place button, it's going to place a new location. And when I click the by, it's going to locate on the position, and then it's not going to be deleted. So simply edit place and by button. I believe that you already know how to make this one now. And then inside of the placement manager, well, as you can see here, I actually deleted, comment out all the script under the update. So I just commented it out because I wanted to instantiate the object only when I click the place button rather than click anywhere else on the screen. So yeah, I brought all the things under the place on click to here. So as you can see here, it's exactly the same. And then the one thing is different is like before, every time when you click to a new location, actually not here, but yeah, rather than it's going to find the new location before, right? Remember that? So this time, I just wanted to destroy old object and generate a new object all the time when you press the play, the place. So this one, this command, this part is about to place new project, new object. And then here, avoid to destroy, avoid to disappear. So I declared another game object, which is both AR object, and then so it's going to save new AR object under the both AR objects. So this is not going to be destroyed. So when I click the buy object, it is going to be there. Oops. Well, it should be this actually. This is a small mistake. So yeah, the new object is going to be use the new AR object, and then it's going to be there, and then it's not going to be destroyed by this one, because anyway it is using it is generating new object on the exactly same location of the place. And then what I've done is actually kind of everything, but yeah, what I wanted to add one more thing is the menu screen. I can show you very quickly as well. So here, okay, I saved everything for this. It takes a bit of time. So what we want to add is the menu screen at the beginning of your application, rather than just directly jumping to the AR view. Maybe we can have some start button. Maybe we can have some quit button. Maybe we can have some like a credit button, something like that. So that's what we want to do now. So here, and the number system is shop system is I can explain you on Sunday. This is fine, but yeah, I'd like to tell you how to generate the menu screen. So here in the scene menu, I created a menu for AR as well, but we can create a new scene here, new scene, and we can save as new menu. And then let's add the panel, and this is view of your UI at the beginning menu screen. So what we want to do is just, first of all, we don't want to use this white color, or if you'd like to use it, it's fine. You can do it something like that. Either I just use the hardwood wallpaper. And of course, this is the sprite. And then I just want to use this image, but since I changed to black, so that's this like overlaying color actually. So you can adjust a bit as well. And then under the panel, going to create empty object. Well, I'm going to tell you why, but yeah, actually, but before that, we can do it under the. Let's make it a bit bigger. And under this empty object, we're going to create the buttons, UI buttons. I'm going to skip some part, but yeah. Here, yeah, we can say that start. Okay, it's kind of, and yeah, well, even though it's too hard, it's like so ugly. So maybe something like this, at least. And then what we want to do is like 2 more buttons. And this time we are not going to use the this. Oops. Okay, this one should go to the first. Okay, stop. Okay, so this is the start button, and second one is, let's say, credit button, and this is quit button. Then this, and what you need to do is, actually I already put the script over here is here, simple UI. Sorry, I mean, I think I created this before as well. So inside the, you can see the main menu script over here. When you open this one, this is super simple script, and there's going to be same in all the time. Okay, reload. So here, as you can see here, first one is a start game on click, and the quit game and go to menu click. So you can see here, we use the Unity engine sim management, and the sim manager routine, build index +1 -1, which means when you go to the build settings, actually we never used it now because we only build the current image, current scenes. So here, what we need to do is just drag and drop our scenes which we're going to build. So first, we are doing the new menu, and then we'd like to open the AL basic scene which we created. We will work today. So here you can see here is index. It's index of the each scenes. So menu should go on the first, 0. So which means when you open the app, this scene is going to be shown the first at the beginning. And then, like when I click the start game, it's going to add index 1. It's going to move on to the next index, which means AL basic. So, and then go to menu and click. So this one is like if we create here some buttons under the game scene, like, well, I didn't create here, but you can add home button or menu button, something like that. So within that, you can use this menu button, and then let's go for the menu. And quit button is also like just game quit, like quitting the games. Like when you click that one, your game, your app will going to be turned off directly. So start button is main menu. You need to attach this script anywhere you want. I'm going to attach to here menu, the empty object. So here, menu, function, main menu, start game, click, and quit again. Click and quit. But yeah, you figure it out, like we didn't have any buttons for credit, right? The reason why is like we're not going to, we don't even need to type any script for this. So here under the panel, let's create the empty object again, or no, I'm going to just copy the menu, and I'm going to disable it for now. And here, we don't, we don't even need to the buttons. The first one is credit, can be come this way, and then this one can become here, and text, well, something like this. And rather than quit, maybe we can say that back to menu. I'm just use the size a bit. I mean, this is ugly, but please understand that. So here, quit button is not quit button anymore. So we don't need this function. What we can do is like just here, just to avoid confusion, credit. Unity already provide a couple of like basic functions. What we can do is, so here is just let's drag and drop the credit. I know that there is nothing, but drag and drop. And then when you go to the function, there is a game object. And then you can click, where is it? Set active. Which means it's going to turn off this, this game object. And then so in the menu and the game object, set active, tick, which means when I click this go back to menu button, when I click this go back to menu button, it's going to turn off this game object, and then it's going to turn on this menu object. So in the same logic, let's go back to menu. Inside under the credit button, we also can add menu and credit. Menu can be, where is it? Disable. Credit can be, oops, enable. So when I click this one, play this one. Okay, and I click the credit. Yeah, it's going to show this the credit. Go back to menu. We're going to come to here. And then quit. Well, I mean, because we are playing inside of the Unity, so it's not going to stop the playing. But here, when you go to the app, like it's going to quit the game, and start is going to yeah, open your application scene. So everything I did is, where is it? In a set import package, if you go to the sorry, where is it? Here, this one, first day final, is going to be yours. And then I'm going to actually I'm going to explain on Sunday a bit, because I also added another functions, which is, I'll show you. Because since this is AR, anyway, or the mobile app, I thought that it's a bit weird. That if we change the size or location only by clicking the buttons. So what I've done here is, like, when I generate the cube, for example, and well, going to place and buy, and yeah, I just bought it, so it's going to be there anyway. But yeah. Now I'm going to use my fingers, and here, like, just I can use my finger. I can pinch to the scale, and then like twist to the rotate, something like this. This is very simply done by the Unity the package as well, but you need just bit of the script. So I think I can tell you this on Sunday. And then, yeah, I believe this is everything. And just in case, I hope everyone already know how to use your mobile. So when you in Android, when you go to the your tab, here is a screen recorder. So please use screen recorder. I'm not going to do it, but yeah, please use the screen recorder, and then you can record your the app, and then like you can have fun, and then you can upload to the Instagram or wherever. That's it. I believe, just a second. Did I miss anything? Just need to quickly check. Yeah, so the touch thing is, I'm going to tell you about the Sunday. and the menu and record. This is, yeah, pretty much for today.